In this video, we will list the countries openly rejecting China's South China Sea claims. This 2020. Let's get started. United States. On June 1, 2020, Kelly Craft, the United States representative to the United Nations, sent the US's position on China's claim on the South China Seas in the letter. Kelly Craft reiterated in asserting such vast maritime claims in the South China Sea. China purports to restrict the rights and freedoms, including the navigational rights and freedoms, enjoyed by all states. The United States objects to these claims to the extent they exceed the entitlements China could claim under international law as reflected in the convention. The United States also, on July 13, 2020, rejected China's claims to offshore resources in most of the South China Sea, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement. "We are making clear. Beijing's claims to offshore resources across most of the South China Sea are completely unlawful, as is its campaign of bullying to control them," said Pompeo. India, last May 21, 2020, said the South China Sea is a part of global commons and it firmly stands for the freedom of navigation and overflight in these international waterways, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said. "Our position on this issue has been clear and consistent. The South China Sea is a part of global commons and India has an abiding interest in peace and stability in the region." Australia. In a recent development last July 23, 2020, Australia has formalized its rejection of China's claim to the most of the South China Sea. In a note sent to the United Nations, the government of Australia rejected China's claim, joining the growing list of nations that have pushed back against Beijing. Australia rejects China's claim to historic rights or maritime rights and interests as established in the long course of historical practice in the South China Sea. It also said Australia does not accept Beijing's assertion that its sovereignty over the Paracels and the Spratlys was widely recognized by the international community. Indonesia, on January 1, 2020, said it rejected China's claims over a disputed part of the South China Sea as having no legal basis after 2 days earlier protesting to Beijing over the presence of a Chinese Coast Guard vessel in its territorial waters. The boat trespassed into Indonesia's exclusive economic zone off the coast of the northern islands of Natuna, leading Indonesian officials to issue a strong protest and summon the Chinese ambassador in Jakarta. Brunei, July 20, 2020. In a rarity, Brunei emphasizes that negotiations between countries should be based on the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and international law. Brunei, in its statement, said that specific issues should be addressed bilaterally by the countries directly concerned through peaceful dialogue and consultations. Brunei Darussalam emphasizes that such negotiations on the South China Sea should be resolved in accordance with the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, and the rules and principles of international law. ASEAN, on June 26, 2020, in a virtual summit held due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, as a bloc, has reiterated that the 1982 UNCLOS is the basis for determining maritime entitlements, sovereign rights, jurisdiction and legitimate interests over maritime zones. It should be noted that it is the first time that the regional bloc has recognized or acknowledged that the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, should be the sole basis to resolve maritime and territorial disputes in the region. We have listed the countries that have openly rejected China's South China Sea claims in the first 7 months of 2020. The question is, we still have 5 months to go before the year ends. Would any country follow suit? If you like this video, kindly give a thumbs up or better yet subscribe. Thanks.